The reason why I started making these videos in the first place is because I really feel like I want to unload some of the burdens that I've been feeling like for the past, I think about 30 years.
So all this actually happened to you?
Okay, three of them, yes. Yeah, for one is actually, it happened to my sister, but it's actually directly linked to me. It's just that that part I leave it out for my future episodes. It's just that I feel that my sister's part I need to show it first lah.
For those of us who have not seen this video yet, we're going to play the video right now, so take a look.
Selalu ramai. Nanti kosong pula. Accident apa? Empty pasal. Sama orang?
Sama orang.
Is anyone here? What did you find? You are listening to Supernatural Confessions. And that was one of the many experiences that Naqiah had over the last 30 years. And today we want to find out about her experience with the supernatural. Naqiah, I'm giving you the platform to confess your supernatural experience. Tell us about this particular episode. How did it happen to you? And don't hold back on any details. Let us know everything.
Okay, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not a good storyteller, so I'm going to try my best, please. Okay, so I believe that most of you, if you have read the caption, you will know that I started jogging late because it was a very busy period for me. In fact, it was a few weeks after my wedding day. Yeah, so maybe it happened in about 2015. Yeah, so during that period, it was so crazy. I have to work, plan my wedding, and then like So I don't have time for myself, and yet it's my wedding period. So I have to like, I die have to exercise, because I need to look good, man. So yeah, with that being said, I actually force myself to actually exercise in the wee hours of the night. Yeah, and then for this particular week, right, I don't know why, but my schedule keep on like clashing, and I have like so much things on my plate, and then I ended up jogging like literally around midnight. Yeah, so at first it was okay. The first time I tried, like, spooky, but I was like, oh, okay, it's kind of nice because like there's cars, but then I feel that, oh, I'm alone and I can have like my thoughts to myself and everything. So I thought, okay, this is actually quite good. So when I keep doing that for the past few days, then for that particular day, just before I stepped out of my house, I felt this very heavy and uneasy, like I don't feel good. But I thought it's because, nah, I'm just being lazy, like you just don't want to jog for that day. So I feel like okay lah, but then got I forced myself and I actually went out still, despite having that feeling. Yeah. And then what I remember is that usually my house area, right, after 7, you can hear. Oh, this is my mom's place, by the way. I've already moved out lah. So usually after 7 p.m. and about 8, you cannot hear any bird sounds. Like the birds will start like going to sleep at about like 7-ish, like that. So after that, it's like total quiet, like you silence lah. So, but that particular night, I remember the birds were like so, like they were extra noisy, and then I was like thinking, hey, what's going on? But again, I was like too tired, and I just want to jog, get it or check it off my to do list for that day. So when I went down to the lift, everything like a bit spooked out because of the whole like the whole quietness and the whole like the birds and everything. But then I still persevered on lah. I want to look good for wedding day. Then eventually and then the best part, I don't know why on that day, usually I would jog like at this particular area, like for this the like a small park lah. Usually I would just do my rounds there, but I don't know why they decided to like cordon off that area just that day. So I actually have to find a new route. I looked over there, I was like, hey, okay, I saw that canal. I was like, it does look a bit like scary and ominous and everything, but then I was like, no, I still need to do it. So I just went down lah. I just went down and then I just started jogging. And then like I said, like my previous jogs, it was good because like I get some peace time for myself. So it was like, okay, never mind. So I started jogging and everything. And then when the first okay. Before that, I've heard stories that canal have a lot of histories. Okay. But most of the stories, they say that, oh, it's the typical Malay ghost. I'm not sure if you know like the white women.
The chick pun.
Yes, that one. And also the
Okay.
Mr. the one that jumped.
The one in the which one? The white color bundle.
Yeah, the bundle, the
Okay,
bundle
okay.
of joy. Usually it's those stories. So when I was jogging my eyes, I was obviously looking out for those two typical ghosts, right? So I was jogging and everything, and then so when this guy passed me, I really like, oh, phew, like I'm not alone. It really felt that way. I was like, okay, I was like instant relief. But then when I actually looked at him and then like, okay, so he's still jogging as per usual. Okay, obviously in my video I cut it short lah because of the time limit. But then what
Yeah.
actually happened was when he jogged, I actually looked at him. Okay, so he was still there. Then just when I like look away or something, then he disappeared. But obviously I thought it's because it's dark. Then like maybe he gone into the shadows or something. But then when
Yeah.
like he kept on passing me by a few times, then to a point where it felt like it's like mocking me.
Passing you by, as in he run past
Yeah.
you in front of you, then he disappear. Then you didn't look, but you look back in front, he's not there. Then you run again, and then he passed by
Okay,
you
the
again.
thing is, when it happened, right, it didn't
Yeah.
seem like he disappeared because maybe like the atmosphere is quite dark itself. So like it's natural when someone run into the shadows, you don't see them anymore.
Correct. But is it a straight road
Yeah,
in front,
straight
or
path. But
okay?
there's like trees, and then some of the lights were like out.
Sure. And also, he was in your video. He was wearing black in color, so he could have just like stopped for a while, catch his breath, and you jog past him without
Exactly.
seeing.
So I
Okay.
thought nothing of it. But at that moment, okay, so when it struck me, I think at about the fourth or the fifth time, like I realized that the same sound, because I wasn't wearing any music, I wasn't listening to any songs or whatsoever, so I can hear,
Yeah.
like literally hear his footsteps and everything. So when he passed me, then I don't know, that moment, like fourth or fifth time, then I realized that, hey, actually, wait. Then okay, when I realized, right, he's actually a good distance away from me. He's not even like within earshot, you know. He was like quite distant. In the video, of course, I have to make it nearer lah. But actually, he's actually quite a far distance. And then when I actually stopped in my track, literally, I actually thought to myself, I didn't say it out loud, you know. I was like, like how come it's like the same person? Yeah, so when that moment happened, right, he stopped. And bear in mind, again, he's far away, you know. It's like no way someone could have like hurt me. And plus, I wasn't even whispering like I was in the video. I was actually saying it in my head. Yeah, so then when I finally like, hey, is it like, why is it same person? So then when he ran backwards, literally, kidding, no, no exaggeration on that part. He literally jogged backwards towards me.
So you didn't get to see his face
No,
at all?
I didn't. Yeah, but okay, yeah. So, yeah, okay, wait. I'm like reliving the memory. And so, yeah, when he actually jogged backwards, like at that speed towards me, I was like, I was all over the place lah. So I was like running, and then like, okay, I was crying also, like, you know, I was like, oh my god, like what's really happening and everything. So when I got up to the steps, right, it was very dark and like I didn't fall, thank God, but it was so slippery that I really can feel that he's actually catching up to me. So at this point of time, I don't know if you heard like one part of the video, he actually whispered in my ear.
Sama orang. Sama orang.
That's the part where I feel like, oh my god, I feel that I thought that he's chasing me, but in reality he's actually already with me. You know that feeling? Like, yeah. So but then I just needed to get out of that place. I ran all the way to my block, and then when I got to my void deck, the lift wasn't there lah. So I had to wait for the lift. I actually contemplated going up the steps, you know. Then luckily I had my common sense. I'm like, you want to die, is it? But not today, or not a few weeks before your wedding day. So I decided, okay, you know what? I just gonna wait for the lift. At least if I'm at the lift landing, right, there's cameras. If anything happen, right, maybe I'll get famous by the footage lah. Somebody died. I don't know.
Yeah. Or maybe we might have one of those found footage where something's strangling you, but on the video we can't see anything. You just
I thought is at least I won't die. Like people say that, oh, like die at the steps or don't do what lah. So at least I'm safe at the lift landing. So
at least better people say, alamak, poor thing, that girl died by a hantu, rather than I think she jogged too much and her heart cannot take it, she died.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how I was like, okay, no, I'm just gonna wait for the lift. Yeah, not gonna lie, it felt like the longest wait ever.
But aren't you afraid when you went into the lift and you pressed the door button to close?
Yeah.
As an audience, I thought that guy is going to run into the lift with you.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh no, close, come on, close. Because, you know, you watch those horror movies, when the lift door closed and you turn to the left, he's there.
No, but I think part of me knows that he's already with me. Really, like, I don't know, like, maybe because of my previous experiences, right? I know, like, these things sometimes, they just like to mock you, you know? It's like they want to let you assume something. So I really feel like he's already with me. So my main aim at that time, like, I just need to get home. I just need to be with someone so that I'm not alone. Yeah.
Understand.
So when I was actually, so when I got in the lift, longest ride ever up, and I'm only staying at like, I'm not going to say which floor, but that floor. That was the longest ride ever. And okay, because of I don't know if you saw the movie The Eye. I don't know if I can quote movie here. You know the famous scene in the lift? I always, whenever I go inside the lift, I would make sure I go to the back corner, and then like, I don't look at the mirror. I don't look at the small window. Yeah. So when I was inside the lift, I actually make a conscious effort, and I was like, I keep like, no, don't look at the window, and I'm at the corner, so nothing can scare me, you know. But itchy lah, you know you itchy, right? So when the lift is about to get to that floor, that my level, right, then I think the thing, like I say lah, I think it can hear me or read my thoughts or something. So that inside the lift, no need to scare her one, because she already prepared for it, you know. So yeah, that happened. Yeah. So because I kind of felt it in the first place, so that's why I make a conscious effort. I said Bismillah. It's kind of like to protect myself and to protect my home and to like kind of not let it in the house lah. Thank God I had that mentality. I felt the presence and I like was still sane and actually said that prayer bit. Yeah. So that's how it happened. I'm not sure if you know, but my mom's house is actually a maisonette, so it's 2 floors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
so when I got this one, is just a little bit of extra food, extra bonus for
Sure.
y'all lah. When I got up to my room, which is just above that door, right? Yeah, I actually like heard and see shadows. Like no one can actually be able to linger outside my room window.
Yeah.
No one ever. Like unless you can fly or float lah, then DM me. But yeah, so I know like that thing is still out there. But I had to wake up my sister. I had to wake her up and then I tell her. I didn't tell her the story because I don't like to freak people out. So I just tell her, hey, just accompany me, like pay me, like watch movie. Yeah. Then she was like, you weird. Who does this? But she knows that I am like sensitive. So she like, and she knows that whenever something happen, I won't talk about it immediately. So she like, okay. Then she like, okay, come, what movie you want to watch? So after that we just watch a chick flick, and then until my dawn prayer lah.
What did you find? You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.